can someone fake it until they make it with that confidence? I mean, in this day of digital media, they put the suit on and they come out there and they got the advisors behind them. And I mean, actually, I think Trump is very confident, but I'm just thinking of the way he kind of displays himself and he's always on point and presentable. And it feels like some people kind of did that in 2020 and then it broke down later. But can you kind of fool some of the people some of the time?
I definitely think you can.
Okay.
And I think a lot of times we fall into that. Like we look at the David Koreshes and the Charles Mansons of the world, and if you look at it, if you just imagine a pendulum shape, so like we have a left and a right side. So on this side we have collapse. On this side it's like I have to shrink. I'm going to get small to make other people more comfortable. I'm going to shrink down how much money I ask for, my presence in a restaurant. It's shrinking in multiple ways. And on the other spectrum of this, we have posturing. So the posturing is I'm going to exaggerate behavior, which is performative. So anything performative is lacking real confidence. So we have this kind of performative bravado. I'm sticking the chest out. I'm speaking louder than normal. My hand movements are crazy, trying to take up space. You're talking about pickup. There's a
Yeah.
lot of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
This and that's posturing. But in the center of this pendulum between those two, we have something called composure. And that is what makes someone truly followable. Is when we get to that, like what I call like Andy Griffith is the bar none example of what this composure thing is. If you've ever watched the Andy Griffith show, it's an older show,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Black and white, right?
yeah. And then we have his partner, Barney Fife. And Barney Fife is a beautiful example of posturing and collapse on both sides. He'll kind of vacillate between these two. And somebody who lives their life as kind of a collapsing doormat, when they want to solve their problem, they don't look to the middle. They're looking all the way over there and saying, that's the solution. This posturing is the solution to my problem. I'm just going to overdo everything. And someone who's postured way too long and then got smacked down for it, they look way over here to the solution to their problem instead of the center, which is composure. And I would say that composure is just the mental stillness and being non-performative and not kind of having a mask. So you smile because you're happy instead of I'm using a smile or a line as a tool to make you see me a certain way.
Yeah, that's powerful. It's interesting because of my show, I've been around a lot of, I guess, high level people, that maybe by definition have some confidence. And it's interesting watching them, behind the scenes and then also on camera and just seeing the way they react to things. I always tell people it's when you get to that high level of people, it's sometimes it's not what they do, it's what they don't do. And yeah, the composure is something, yeah, I think that makes a great leader where you're just composed. I mean, you could argue Trump has shown a lot of composure over the past 12 to 18 months and just kept going and I guess didn't react. It's interesting that you use that word composure. I guess it goes along, it's a part of the ultimate bit of confidence.
It absolutely is. Yeah.
Okay. I also kind of noticed it in myself as I get older and as I feel like I'm getting a better leader, I can just try to stay composed. Or I have two little boys. And so, leadership is on 24/7. So when something crazy happens, I'm like, okay, let's stay composed here and let's not regret something. And let's also show them that we're composed. Because I think we all know the analogy. The person that's yelling and screaming and swearing has less power than the person getting that. Although in that Barney Fife thing, maybe we've been taught that that's the alpha, that's the person. But great leaders don't yell, scream, and bark orders and swear because when you do that, it's a sign you've lost power and now you're going to desperate measures, right?
Absolutely. That's a great example too. My daughter is 17 now, 18 now. And when she was 4, I think she had more composure than me. And I was a chief in the military. I think she's maybe an old soul or whatever, whatever that means. But I think she just kind of grew up and started out with more composure than me. So she, even like at the age of 6, was like such a shining example of composure to me. And I've never seen a kid with that. So it's a rare thing to see, but the cool thing is it's not an inborn trait. It's something we can all learn and we can all cultivate. If you're trying to start a movement, You're trying to be a good salesperson, good parent, good leader, good manager, CEO, fill in the blank. That composure has got to be step one. Like, how can I bring myself to that center line so I can kind of monitor in my head? I can be hyper aware of when I start going into the collapse or I start moving into that little posturing behavior.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.